Hello and welcome. This is Eric from AG Racing Central. Back in 1990, Nintendo published the first successful mainstream anti-gravity racing game with F-Zero for the SNES. Sony and Psygnosis made the genre cool for a slightly older audience with the release of WipeOut in 1995, but after nearly 3 decades, AG Racing remains a niche within a niche. This year, however, it is possible that things will take a turn for the better, which is what this video will be about. Let's get right into it. It's a bit strange how much of cult classics both F-Zero and WipeOut are considered to be in relation to the overall popularity of anti-gravity racing over the years. Racing games in general have never consistently been on top of the selling charts, but in recent times, franchises like Mario Kart and Forza Horizon have begun to change that. Back in its glory days, the WipeOut games had an early release on all of Sony's consoles, working almost like a tech demo. But because of financial reasons, Sony shut down developer Studio Liverpool in 2012. This did of course not help AG Racing in any way, nor did the fact that the last WipeOut game had the conclusive sounding Omega collection in its title. And a new F-Zero release has not been seen since 2004. That being said though, the demand for AG Racing is definitely there among gamers. On PC, games like Ballistic AG have had a cult following for quite some time, and just last year, Redout 2 was released. In fact, so many things have happened recently for me to claim that right now, AG Racing is experiencing an upward trend. Let's talk a bit about why. First off, we have seen several different games being released the past few years. Redout was released in 2016, and 2017 marked the year for the release of WipeOut Omega Collection, and since then, titles like Antigraviator and Pacer have seen the light of day. On Nintendo Switch, we've also seen the great Fast RMX, but we actually just have to look back to what's happened within the last year to see other positive indicators. Released in 2022, Redout 2 from Italian studio 3 for Big Things has received good reviews, and the game has been praised for its stylish look, crisp gameplay, and its remarkable sense of speed. The game is certainly different from WipeOut and F-Zero, even if it falls under the same category of games. The fact that publisher Saber Interactive at all wanted to make a sequel to the niche racing experience that was Redout is a great sign in itself. But Redout 2 was also a polished game, improving on everything that made the original great. The game has been given support through DLC releases with new tracks among other things, and we also have season challenges to look forward to. Also last year, Nintendo released F-Zero X for the N64 as part of Nintendo Online Expansion Pass, allowing a broad audience easy access to the game. The company is being very cryptic regarding making an actual sequel to the cult racer, and it remains to be seen if one actually comes out, but as of now, at least we have a classic AG racer that the new generation of players can experience. And I for one am still keeping my hopes up for GameCube ports for Nintendo Switch so everyone can try F-Zero GX. Speaking of hopes for the future, in 2018, the then year-old WipeOut Omega Collection got a free VR support update for PlayStation 4. There's also been a rumor back in 2021 stating that a new WipeOut game is in development for PS5 and Sony's PlayStation VR 2. This rumor has not been confirmed in any way, but Sony has been pushing heavily on VR, and adding the update for Omega Collection must have been at least relatively costly. Considering the amount of new IPs Sony has been releasing with VR exclusivity, it doesn't seem too far off that it will bring back the already established WipeOut franchise. If that happens, we should also keep our fingers crossed that the game will be playable without VR as well. Moreover, we also have upcoming and recent releases of anti-gravity racing games. While technically not a new game since it was released on PC a while back, the combat-focused Flashout 3 from developer UUB is set to release on consoles in March of 2023. Even though the game is a relatively short offline-only experience, it has received mostly positive reviews on Steam, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it myself. Back in 2018, the multi-platform racer Trailblazers from developer Supergong saw the light of day, alongside its unique ship design and team gameplay mechanics consisting of spraying the ground with paint to gain faster speed for your team. Just recently, in December of 2022, Supergong released another futuristic racer called a Warp Drive with a stylish cel-shaded look and a teleport mechanic for traversing multiple gravity-defying routes on the tracks. With no AAA titles on the horizon, we certainly have several smaller developers keeping the anti-gravity racing genre alive. There are also several AG Racing-focused YouTube channels popping up, especially in relation to the release of Redout 2, with very decent view numbers. There certainly seems to be a mainstream demand to see skilled players upload videos of the tougher trials in this occasional demanding subgenre. The very skilled YouTuber JOLTOUT'S was kind enough to allow me to capture some of his footage for this video. Check out JOLTOUT'S channel for more high-level Redout 2 gameplay and more. Link is in the description. To sum up AG Racing in 2023, we have recently seen everything between brand new games as well as new ports of old classics. Hopefully, this will breathe new life into the genre as we keep our fingers crossed for a sequel to either F-Zero or WipeOut. Who knows what the future will bring? Meanwhile, there are several AG races available to play right now. Some are console exclusives and some multi-platform. PS4 and PS5 owners can enjoy the excellent WipeOut Omega collection, and there are also a few titles available on PC, Xbox and PlayStation, including Antigraviator and Pacer. Redout 1 and 2 is available everywhere, including the Nintendo Switch, where you can also play F-Zero for the SNES and N64 as well as Fast RMX. Even though the games might have a slightly different origin, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and the sequel Racer's Revenge are available on various platforms, and they are technically anti-gravity racers. I have a strong feeling that the future of AG Racing is bright, and I will be there to cover this niche genre that I love so much. You are of course more than welcome to join me for the ride. If you like this video, perhaps you want to check out my video about why you should try WipeOut Omega Collection in 2023, and feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts on the future of anti-gravity racing. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Eric from AG Racing Central, and I'll see you in the next video.